Today we'll be taking you through our first impressions of Singapore. We explored mind-blowingly delicious food in Chinatown, checked out the gardens by the bay, and witnessed the iconic scenery of the city. We were pleasantly surprised with what we found and even agree that some of our initial expectations coming into the experience were challenged. We had no idea what to expect walking into this coveted city, and boy were we in for a treat. Come with us as we take you on a surprising journey through our first impressions of Singapore.
Good morning and welcome to Singapore. We just landed last night and today we are just walking around the city, just getting a feel of what it's like, what the culture here is like, what the food here is like, and overall just getting your first impressions of Singapore. We're so excited to explore such a beautiful, nature-filled city.
So we are just walking around today, but something that we want to check out because first of all we're hungry is Chinatown, and we're in Singapore, so I feel like since it's such like a central part for a lot of Asian countries, that Chinatown will be really good here and not at all like at home. So we're gonna take the metro there. So I'm interested to see also how the metro works and how good it is, at least compared to places that we've been before, like London or Madrid. And yeah, let's go.
When walking to the metro, you have these little rooftop-like designs over your head.
Like a shelter.
It's kind of like a shelter, and it's meant to make walking more convenient here in Singapore and also shelter you from the sun and rain, so that way you're more likely to use the metro than skip out and try to get a car or something like that. So they really focus on the design here.
Must be good. Must be good. I don't even know what to say about the station. It is, like, the train station is insanely, first of all, just very spacious. There's not a lot of people here, which I find very interesting. And it's very clean, like there's no real like dirt. I don't know, there's a lot of room. It's very interesting so far. We made it on the train and it's a lot more, it feels spacious, more spacious than some of the other trains that I've been on, and it's very clean, which I think is because they have some rules like you're not allowed to eat or drink, obviously smoke, and then not have these like really fragrant fruits on the train as well, so that it just stays like smelling good, being clean, and you really notice. So we made it to Chinatown and we are both very hungry, so we're gonna go find something to eat, but right off the bat, it's very, very busy, lots of people here. As soon as we got off the train station, there's like a huge kind of like underground market or mall that's right in the train station, basically, which I find really interesting. And we got a little lost because it was, there's like 5 different exits out of the train station, but we made it to what looks like some pretty good food. So we're gonna go around and see what we can find. So the place that we got food at is called Beijing Noodles, and we both got some amazing looking noodles. I'm excited because I feel like I've not gone to really any Chinatowns and had, well, there's one that I had a good experience at, but I feel like this one is like on crack. There's so many different stalls, so many people, everyone's enjoying food like I've never seen before, and it feels very like kind of a community. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be very good. Also, I've never been able to like properly use chopsticks. Like I can make do, but I know I don't hold it properly. And I feel like this is the type of place where I'm embarrassed to admit that.
Alright guys, this is the spicy pork wonton right here. My gosh. Wow.
I'm excited.
Oh my.
I can't pick it up.
That is delicious. That is probably one of the best things I've had on this trip. Oh my gosh, that is wow. What do you think about it, babe?
It's like bliss just exploded in my mouth.
Literally. All right, first impression of food, guys. Oh my gosh, I think Singapore, hands down, has the best food in Asia, and we haven't been to all of Asia yet. But I gotta say, it's delicious. But we'll see. But first impressions, the food is goated. Also, it seems like Singapore is kind of like a melting pot, like multiple different cultures, and I think that's why there's so many like different places with so much diverse food from like India, from literally China, everywhere, all in this one place. I love it.
We got back on the train after eating some good food and checking around the area a little bit. It was very busy, lively, and now on the train we're headed towards the Bay Area where you see all those really cool structures that I think anyone would recognize Singapore by. So we're getting off at like the kind of where the Gardens by the Bay are, and then just kind of see what that looks like and wander around.
One of the things I've already talked about is the amount of people here who are from like literally all around Asia. It feels like the Canada of Asia. And that's one thing we said before we came here, that Singapore is the Canada of Asia because the dollar is 1-to-1. So 1 Canadian dollar is equal to 1 Singapore dollar. And even just looking at the culture now, it seems like it's also very similar. It's like a melting pot of cultures.
I will say also, on the note of the dollar being 1-to-1, I was tired of playing mental gymnastics, trying to figure out how much we were spending, saying, hold on, let me see how much that costs in Canadian. No, it's just the same. Not as cheap. So that's the downfall, but my mind needs a break. It is hot, and after we've walked around the gardens for a while, it's gorgeous, by the way. Like, I've never seen anything like this, but we've come to kind of like the end or a corner of the gardens, and I see what I'm gonna call the Singapore Eye right behind me. It's huge.
First impressions of the garden, it feels like a man-built oasis. It's very interesting because it's nothing like we've never seen before, and that's what Caitlin said.
Nothing like we've ever seen before, and just like the whole place in general, it's like, I don't even know why it feels so different, but my mind, I don't know why, I can't even compute.
Yeah.
Like, the place is just magical.
Yeah,
honestly.
we'll go into it deeper on our actual vlog, so look out for that one.
So there's even a big shopping complex or shopping mall right on the bay, and I feel like the bay is just like this really bougie area. Like, obviously it's welcoming to everyone, but it's bougie, okay? And we're gonna go in because we need some serious AC. I looked on the weather, it said feels like 37, which I don't know if I believe that. I don't know who came up with the feels like, but it feels pretty close.
This mall is gorgeous. It reminds me of the Dubai Mall, but with more lights. Oh, I'm glad we got in here because we could also feel the AC, and it feels nice. Now it's time to get some water, relax for a bit, then continue our walk. Let's talk about first impression of Singlish while we're at it. I've come to realize Singlish kind of sounds like Machine Gun Kelly if he was British and spoke a little bit faster.
I came up with that.
She came up with that, but it's like a overemphasized British accent, but they talk really fast. So it actually flows, it ebbs and flows really well. It's pretty interesting, and people here call it Singlish. That's my first impression. That's what it sounds like to me. I love you guys, Singapore.
So we just kind of came out of the mall and stayed by Marina Bay, which is this whole area, and honestly, it's just gorgeous. Even though I'm sweating, I don't even care. The palm trees are a vibe, the mall, just like the building is a vibe. They've even got like some really nice structures kind of outside of the mall. We're just enjoying ourselves walking around. Honestly, you don't even have to do too much.
I'm in awe of Singapore and the way they've mixed architectural designs with nature. It's so fascinating. I've never seen a place like this before.
After all that walking, and it was a lot of walking, we got hungry, so I searched up another, they're called hawker centers, we've learned, and they're just like kind of that food court, kind of like how it was in Chinatown. And the one that I chose, because I did the researching, is the one that was in the movie Crazy Rich Asians, if you've ever seen it, when they come to Singapore. So we're gonna try it out and see if it's worthy. We just finished eating, and I will say this hawker center, I don't know if we just ate at the wrong place or like didn't get the right thing, but this one just wasn't as good as the other one, and I thought that all of the hawker centers would just be so good, so cheap, good food, but I don't know, like the one in Chinatown was just bigger portions, cheaper, and tastier. So I guess if you are going around, be wary. We didn't look at reviews, so like maybe next time we look at reviews and actually see what other people are liking. So I guess just be wary of the fact that not all of them are gonna be perfect and great and amazing, and yeah.
After some not so great food, we were surprised on our way back to the hotel by this gorgeous festival that seemed to display the appreciation for differences and different cultures in Singapore. It was so cute and so fun to stumble upon.
We are back at our hotel after a day of walking around, exploring, eating some food, and I think overall our general consensus is, at least for me, I like Singapore. I feel like it's a very, number one, clean, well-designed, lots of nature, which I love, but even more interesting than that, it's like nature and big city integrated. And I really like that dynamic because I like, you know, you need both in your life. You need the nature to make yourself happy, but you need the city to have convenience and, I guess, fun. And yeah, I don't know, I'll let Doyen say his take as well.
Oh, my general consensus, Singapore is a gorgeous city filled with so many diverse people, so many different things to do, and so many little towns, and Marina Bay is gorgeous. Overall, I really like Singapore, and over the next couple of days here, we're going to be doing our vlog, and I'm so excited to actually do a deeper dive and explore Singapore and all it has to offer. So look out for that, and thank you guys for watching. And like I always say, if you haven't hit that sub button, punch that sub button, because it's your support that allows us to do what we do. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.